What is going on, boys? Ordinary here. Episode 12 as the GM of Florida. Last week we got up to the All-Star game. Our team is crushing it. The new and improved Florida Panthers squad. This episode we're going to sim up to the trade deadline. I've decided that we're going to try to get a first-round pick from a team that is looking like a bad team. We tried to do that a little bit earlier, but we don't have a lot of assets we want to give up, so we'll probably have to package them in a deal at the deadline where you can actually successfully trade for a player or a pick that the team doesn't want to give away. And if we can't get it done then, we'll try to get it done at the draft deadline, but that is unlikely because that's when you get first round picks filling up more than like half of the trade value bar, and it's just a shit storm. So it looks like we're doing pretty well actually through the month of February and January. Stringing together a bunch of wins. Huberdeau looking like maintaining that point per game average that we love to see. Even when we're losing, it's 1-goal games, it's overtime losses. So except for that game, okay, made a mistake, whatever. So it's looking like we're gonna definitely be a force in the East come trade deadline time. Unfortunately, we did already trade away our first round pick. Not really unfortunately, because we did get a hell of a goalie out of the deal, and he's gonna be crazy for us, and he's gonna lead us to like 14 Stanley Cups. It's gonna be great. But yeah, we don't have a first round pick that we can package in any type of deal for someone else's first round pick at the deadline. What's going on with scouting? How come we haven't had to do any scouting since we started this episode? We've simmed like a month. Well, we've just got absolutely crushed 3 games in a row. So what I'm gonna do is stop the simulation. We're gonna look at our scout, see what's going on. 6 weeks and 12 days left. That doesn't make sense. But okay, I remember there was like 2 guys I was interested in. Let's see. I know it was a winger. We want a winger. This guy's Yuri. I remember him. He was looking mid-70s, I believe. Let's see, 71, 72, 71, 71. Okay, more like low 70s. So I decided maybe Yuri isn't the boy for us. We're gonna look. Top 5. Who's this Henderson fella? He is a left winger. This guy's looking like he's mid-70s. We're gonna scout this guy one more time. He was Swiss. There we go. Quite the Swiss name, Henderson. Not at all. Okay, we're gonna scout him for another month. We should get a good read on him by then. Don't know why we just lost like 4 games in a row. 1, 2, 3. Okay, we've lost 5 out of 6. 5 of our last 6 have been losses. That's something I don't want to continue. Let's take a look at the standings. We've dropped to 5th off that losing skid. Carolina, our divisional rival, is 2 points ahead of us. Winnipeg and New Jersey still at the bottom of the pit, as is Colorado and Anaheim. That hasn't changed. Chicago's climbing a bit. Probably a little too late. But we're going to sim 2 more games. If we lose either of these games, something's got to change. Because if we lose games at this rate, playoffs, we might not even make the playoffs. So 2 to 5, like our D is letting in too many. We're letting in too many goals against. What's going on? No, I'm not going to change the lines until I figure out what the situation is. Stats Central. All right, player stats, team standings. Here we go. So point percentage, we're actually in 8th in the league, which is not a bad thing. Don't get me wrong. Goals for per game. We're scoring a lot. Basically 3 goals a game. 6th in the NHL. That's very, very good. That means our goals against per game is not very good. Yeah, we're down to 13th. So we could definitely be making a few more saves and clearing the puck a little bit more often. Our power play is the best in the league. That's what I like to see. Our young guns are just running with that power play time. Penalty kill is the worst in the league, so I think I know where, or second worst, but give me a break. So I've decided that I know what we need to change. It's glaringly obvious. Our regular strength goals against probably aren't that bad then, but our penalty kill. What I'm gonna do is I know I changed it at the beginning of the season, and that's probably why it's so shitty because the assistant coach is twice the man I'll ever be. Okay, where do I go? Is it team rosters? No. It's like view your GM tracker. Here it is. Okay. Where am I? NHL roster makeup, and then maybe not top defensive players right here. Patrice, Barchese, Huberdeau, and Hamill apparently are our best defensive players. So we got Bergeron with Girardi and Kulikov, and then we're gonna have Barchi and Huberdeau with Stewart and Goodbranson. That's the game plan. We must not have very many defensive players if Barchi is our third best. So we've got our fourth best on the first line penalty kill. That's probably not helping. Hamill, year cut. Who was Patrice supposed to play with? I don't think it was Hamill, was it? Oh, boys, I was just in there. Fucking, it must have been. Let's see his stats. Defensive awareness, 87. Yeah, that sounds accurate. 87, 88, 83, and Huber's probably like 81. 86. So 86, and Hamill is 87. Girardi, Kulikov, Stewart, and Goodbranson. So all we're doing is switching those two players. That doesn't seem like enough to me. It's probably just because we don't have good enough defensive players as it is. I don't know. We'll see if we can. I'd be happy with being like. Oh, okay, the trade deadline's right there. I was gonna say. Anyways, being anything better than 29th before the trade deadline would be an improvement. Hopefully we can take these Sharks down as well. I imagine we're letting in a few goals as well because of Hiller. I'm pretty sure he's listed as a backup. We've checked that in a prior video. But that's 3 wins together, or 2 wins. I didn't, not paying too much attention. My bad. We lost against the fucking Panthers. Okay, so we're at the trade deadline. What we're going to do is we're going to take a look at team standings before we go into the trade deadline. We're going to take a look at people's trading blocks before we go in as well, see if we can't get anything done when we can do infinite trades. Anaheim is just pitiful. They continue to shit the bed game after game. Colorado, third last. Winnipeg, second last. New Jersey has our pick and their own pick. Dallas, LA, Chicago. So Chicago, LA, Dallas, and New Jersey are all on the bubble of being near the bottom. I think Anaheim's pretty much got the worst season on lock here. And then Winnipeg and Colorado are second and third. New Jersey, Dallas, LA, Chicago are the runners up for that. So let's go into trades. Okay, trades. I don't know, spacing out. What's wrong with me? All right, Anaheim. Your pick is worth half of the trade block. What do you want from us? Actually, a lot of things I'm willing to give up. Let's go by top trade value, and then we can take a look. Like this Brace guy, we would have signed him if he was worth it. He's 2.5 stars. He's got a decent trade value, so you can go. McFadden, decent trade value. Look at all these players that they want. Oh, we can get this trade done. And they want to give it up too. Oh yeah, let's just get this done outside the trade deadline. Brace, you can stay. Who's this McFadden defenseman? If he's he's 3 stars. Yeah, feel free to take him away. Tyrati, you stay. We need you. Okay, so let's go check some of these AHL guys out. Shinkruk, you stay. Tyrati, you stay. Pulio, you stay. So, Trocheck, I'll toss you in just for now. Nothing's set in stone. Don't get worried. Walsh, you don't have enough of a trade value to include you in this trade. Lindbergh, put him in. And Matthew Bissonnette, Biznasty 3.0. We're going to take him out. And let's put Freeberg in. Do we have any? And we have 1 D, 2 left wingers, and 2 centers. All with a decent trade value. We're going to have to take in a couple of guys off their team. Damn it. I don't want to take anyone else because else we're getting into too high of trade. So who's the lowest? It's either McFadden or Freeberg. I'm going to go ahead and take No, he's the only D. Okay, we're going to take Freeberg off. Do they want our 2nd round pick by chance? Where is draft picks? They do. Oh, that is sexual. Okay, so we're going to see if this goes through. We're hoping it does. Now that I look at it, I'm going to go ahead and say it's not going to go through, but I believe in the power of friendship. Lindbergh, I bet you these 4 barely cover that, and then it's up to this 2nd round pick to cover these 3. It's very close. We're going to give it a go right now. We've matched the needs. We just don't think it's worth to take on the contract of Vincent Trocheck. So you've escaped this trade, Trocheck. I meant to check everyone's stats out in the first place. Freeberg, you're back on the block. Okay, so let's see. I don't want to trade anyone with 4 stars away. 3.5. That was one of the guys we signed just to have guys at the beginning of our series. Freeberg, similar situation with him. I remember McFadden. He was in our prospect pool to begin with. He was that 3-star guy that we already checked out, and Brace was like 2.5 stars. So this is a good trade for us if we can get it to go through. Who's this Patrick Maroon fellow? 75. Oh, he's no good. Okay. And praise the Lord. Let's get a trade going. Bang. Oh, it worked. Okay, so that was very exciting for us. We have invalid lines or rosters. Not sure why. Maybe we have to send a guy down. That's got to be it. Who's this fucker? Maroon. Get out of here, bub. Oh, it's our AHL team is going to have invalid lines now that we've traded a few of them away. Who was another team? Winnipeg was doing very poorly as well. They don't want to give it up, and it's actually got higher trade value than Anaheim's. New Jersey. For some reason, it's actually fairly low. Who do they want that I'm willing to give up? Backman, Petrovic was 4 stars, I actually think. So I'd like to keep him. Yeah, there he is. He's going to get good for us. He'll crack the squad eventually. So, let's go back over here. Pretty much just Backman, Racine, and Walsh. But I don't think we have any chance. Plus, they don't have anyone to send to us. We looked at this last episode. I do remember. Let's go to the trade deadline. Let's see if we can't find a decent defensive player for that penalty kill. I'm a little worried. We got Barchi on the penalty kill 2nd line at 81 defensive. That's a very average stat for a penalty killer. It's Not good for a penalty killer. It's average for a forward. He's a sniper. He's not a two-way forward. He's not anything like that. So putting him on the penalty kill is a little silly. Let's go to skaters given away. And it's sorted by defense. There's a Randall, guys. Got decent. Why is he so low? We're putting Randall in. 81. So 81 is about 3.5 stars, is what we just learned. Let's go ahead and not do players given away. Let's do all players. Gerby. They don't want to give away any of these guys. I don't want 3.5 stars. Okay. Is it still sorted by defense? Let's find out. Nope. It is now. Drew Shore, we traded him away, and he's got 5-star defense. What a mistake. Let's take a look at him again. I miss you. Come back. 92 defense. He's 83 overall now. We sorely miss him on our defensive end of our game. Very good. Okay. Patterson. Clow. We can get Clow. He's got low trade value. His discipline will worry me because I know it's like 70. So maybe we'd skip Calgary. Okay, they don't want to give up any of these guys. No, 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 no. No, no. Okay, next. Ooh, Hossa. Oh, too high. Roosevelt. He's on D. Okay, next. I wish it would save the fact that I'm sorting it by defense. It does like every few times. Very frustrating. No one worth it here. Oh, overall, shoot. Defense. No one there. Defense. No one here. Christ. You'd think that a defensive forward wouldn't be that hard to find. Johan. Ooh, they want to get rid of Datsuk for some strange reason. We can't afford that. Franzen. 85. He's got 77 discipline, so it's not the worst. He says he wants to play on the second line. I'm sorry, that won't happen if we get you. You would just be a playoff rental for us. How many years does he have left? One way with 3 years left, which is a little frightening because of his age. If he doesn't retire, we could easily trade him away in the off season. I don't want to keep him. But who do they want off us that I'd be willing to give up? Backman. Backman for Franzen straight up could go. Let's see. 3.5 stars. Wouldn't mind losing him. Okay, we can come back to this. There's got to be a player better than Franzen. 85 is good for defensive, but we don't need an elder like that on the team. So if there's another player similar to him that is much younger, I would prefer that. Okay, defensive. Ooh, nobody. Who is Carlson? Or he's a D. And everyone else. Okay. Because we can trade for non-red players, but we will have to give up a bit more. Moan. Too undisciplined. How long has this vid been, boys? 20 minutes. Okay. Defense. Halstruck, 4.5 stars. Not a crazy trade value. 88. That's very good. 26 years old. He's 81. Third line checking forward. That's a player I'd like to have right there. They want Backman as well. Who else do they want? They want our third. That we can add that. That's not going to go just quite yet because they don't want to get rid of him. Do we have anything we can just sweeten the deal with a little bit here? Not trading Petrovic, not trading Morrissey. Walsh. Let's see if this goes through. If not, I'm kind of bored of effing around trying to get a player like this. We might just go for Franzen straight up. Let's see. No. So let's just go for Franzen. It's an easy enough trade to do. We don't have to give up anything. And our penalty kill is instantly better. Hopefully we can turn him around at the draft deadline or something. Just to get rid of him. Let him know that he's definitely just a rental and we're not impressed with him whatsoever. Okay, Detroit. Give us the mule. Trade value this way. He's got to be right around here. Oh, defenseman. Why am I a defenseman? Is he a right winger? Yeah, there he is. Alright, buddy. Thanks for joining the team. Yeah, knew that was going to go through. We have invalid lines and or rosters. Who's that winger? Bodie, you can go down. Yes. Okay. Zolnarchuk, I don't know why you're on the team. Did I trade for you or something? What's going on? Anyways, let's edit the lines. Eves, your services are no longer needed here. Sorry. Scratch you. Bud, you're being demoted. Franzen's on the third line. Nyquist. Look, we got like a Red Wings right wing going on right now. An RW. Okay, and then where is the penalty kill? Hamill is 87. And what was Franzen? An 85. So that's a little bit boost on the PK there. Quite good. We don't need to do anything else in the trade deadline. Continue. We're not going to get any trade offers, I don't think. Shut it down. Continue. Shut it down. Continue. Hurry up. The loading screens in this game. Did we make the only trade deadline trade? It's a good thing they're not broadcasting us on TSN. That would be the least exciting thing I ever did see. Yeah. So there was one trade done. That was our team. Oh, we got Zolnarchuk from the Anaheim trade. Okay, so let's quickly sim up to the playoffs. Our very first playoffs. And when we get there, we will end this episode. We'll take a look at who we're playing. We'll take a look at their lines. And we will make fun of their team. How many games do we have left? 30. We'll wait for this one to be done so I can do the math better. Alright. 43 plus 25 is 68. Is there 20 games left? 19 now? Or was it 10 and now 9 and that's 8? We'll see. 7, 45, 51, 71. So there's 11 games left. Now there's 10 games left. It's looking like we've made the playoffs. 39 wins is generally the bottom of the playoff pack in recent years. So even if we lose the rest of our games, we should make the playoffs in the 8th seed. Let's take a look at that Swiss forward who we were scouting. Henderson, I remember his name. Swiss. There we be. Henderson, you sexual beast. So still, he's mid 70s. The other guy is low 70s. This is looking like a good pick. We will definitely have a top 5 pick with Anaheim. Goalies, forwards in Europe. Let's see if there's any. You know what we're going to do. We're going to close this. Ignore changes and exit. We're going to go into the scouting report. We're going to see what it's looking like. Who's going where. Henderson is the top right now. Everyone knows McDavid is going to be decent, although he does take a long time, and I don't want to wait for it. We don't need a defenseman. We need a winger, so it's Henderson, or it's Yuri, which we've already scouted. let's go straight to wingers. Or we'll just go through forwards. Henderson, Yolpeko, Frank Aguiner. Let's scout this guy. And where is he? He's in Germany, and he's a power forward. Very nice. So where's this German power forward? Germany. Is he rest of the world, or is he a DEL? He should be DEL. Nope. Not Arcane, wasn't his name. What was his name? What was this guy's name? There he is. For some reason, he's in the Scandinavian Elite League. There he is. Power forward, 20 years old, from Germany, left winger. Apparently, we've scouted him 3 times already, although apparently very brief visits because we don't have some solid numbers. We know his endurance and his durability is both very sexual at a even 69. And his slap shot power is 74, and that's going to be pretty sure. So, green numbers indicate he's not quite as good as Henderchuck or whatever his name was, Henderson. But we will scout him if I can find the Scandinavian League. There we go. Let's do 6 weeks. Let's give him a good shot here. Although it is looking like Henderson is the guy we want. And let's make sure we get to the end here. Right here. So we have 40 wins. We're a playoff team. I'd like to see at the end if our penalty kill has improved from the basement of the league with the addition of Johan. As most power play units will tell you, you do not mess with the Johan. Why are we losing games letting in 5 goals and then we get a shutout the next game? Like, the consistency with this team is just doesn't exist. There is no consistency. It's brutal. You have a 8-goal game and then you have a 1-goal game. We let in 4, and then let's see how many we let in this next game. 3. Can't believe we can't beat the fucking Jets. So what? This is the last 3 games of the season. Let's go out on a high note, boys. Perfect. See, we let in 2 and we score 5. We let in 4 and we score 8 goals. We scored 8 goals against Henrik Lundqvist. When are you going to see that? And then to wrap up the season against the Capitals, we get a 2-1 win. Very good. We're heading into the playoffs on a high note after dropping 2 to the Jets. We close out the season with 3 big ones. Let's take a look. Actually, let's wait for the season to be legitly done. There we go. Stop simulation. Oh, we're against the divisional rival, the Hurricanes. So I imagine we're in 5th and they're in 3rd. Only one way to find out. Stats Central, playoff tree. So we finished 4th and they finished 5th. Who won this? Oh, Tampa. Tampa's winning the Southeast. Very close race, I guess. The 3rd, 4th, and 5th teams represented from the Southeast. It's looking like Washington and Winnipeg did not make the playoffs from our division. That's okay. First time in a long time that 3 Southeast teams have made the playoffs. Toronto Maple Leafs, the best record, even though we just did beat them in that last week. New York Rangers, we also beat them in that last week. Squeaking in the 8th seed. Philly against the Habs. Tampa against Ottawa. We're going up against Carolina. And in the West, San Jose won the West. Phoenix squeaked in there. Nashville versus Minnesota. Edmonton versus St. Louis. And Detroit versus Columbus Blue Jackets. And Detroit makes the playoffs without Timo Pulkkinen, Gustav Nyquist, and Johan Franzen. So they seem to be fine, keeping that Iron Man streak alive. Let's take a look at our... can we not look at the team stats? Oh, we can't look at the team stats for the... Oh, yeah, we can. Okay. For some reason it's called standings, but in the playoffs it's called stats. So you tell me. Goals against per game. 13th in the NHL. That's exactly where it was last time. Goals for per game. Oh, we're going the opposite direction. We're in third. Very good. Let's see if our power play is still the best. Yes, it is. That's how I like it. And our penalty kill percent. Nope. Very bottom of the league. We went down. So that trade did nothing for us. That's going to have to change if we want to have a chance of winning this Stanley Cup. We do pretty much the same on the home and on the road. Very disappointed that we weren't able to improve that brutal penalty kill. So we managed to come in fourth in the East, even with the worst penalty kill in the league. We're scoring a bunch of goals. Huberdeau, point per game player, very good. Definitely going to be our captain if he already isn't. Bergeron, second line center with the second most points. That means Barchi and Kessel kind of slipped off their second half of the season. That's no big deal. Franzen, third line, getting I guess probably brought a lot of those points over from Detroit. Vanek, Nyquist, the second line wingers. That's good for a second line. Aside from Huberdeau, our first and second line is pretty much just all clustered together, and that's not bad. And then our top D pairing of Kulikov and Girardi had a ton of points, 70 combined. And Girardi with 113 PIMs, more our offensive defenseman there on that bottom pairing, 25 points, very good. Hamill, that's our third line center, 24 points. Osula on that fourth line, 23 points. Brennan, 23 points. Goodbranson, 116 PIMs, probably top of the team. And then yada yada, we're just down into nothing. Let's take a look at our goaltending stats. Goalies. 2.47, not very good at all. Goals against, a nice even 200. Save percentage, he did bring it up. It's still not very good, but it is better than it could have been. And 11 shutouts, which is fantastic. So next week, or not next week, but it will be next week. It'll be after Sunday, but it won't be 7 days from now. We will take on the Canes. Actually, you know what we're going to do real quick is take a look at their lines. You know they got Skinner and the Stalls probably on that first line. They might put a Stall in the second line like real life, but this is not real life. Oh, Jordan Stahl centering the third line. Okay, so back like it's Pittsburgh or something. So Skinner, Stahl, and D. Bowman. They don't have any right wing talent. Cole, Yuri Tlusty, and Colton Terry. On that second line's decent. That first line, that right winger really brings it down. Second line is average. Third line has an amazing center at 84, but the wingers are very lackluster, so he's probably not getting anything done just because the wingers are so bad. And that fourth line is atrocious as well. On D, they're looking similar to us with a solid top pair, an average second pair, and then they put their they just round out the top six like we have done. Although we have 87s and they have 85s in the top pairing. And then Cam Ward's going to be in net. And we all know he just steals games 88. So they have us absolutely crushed in goaltending, but we seem to have them beat everywhere else. Okay, so that does it for this episode, boys. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, please click like on the video. If you want to see some more NHL stuff, I've released a few more series with some shootouts and a Dell tournament. Subscribe to the channel and you'll see those as they come out. And if you have any line change suggestions or how can we fix this brutal penalty kill, let me know in the comments. And I'll see you guys in the next video.